Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. One player skill all men should develop. One player skill. Now before I get into that one player skill, let me be clear from the beginning. I'm not telling you to be players. In fact, players are a very, very, very tiny percentage of the population. And I'm not encouraging that because I know a lot from what a lot of guys are saying, a lot of men are more concerned about finding that one woman. Let's just be real. Let's keep it 1,000. Because even like say with that whole high count argument, you're only concerned about that because, you know, you want a woman you can bond with, and that's fair. So what I'm saying is, I ain't saying going out, use this and go out and be a player. Some people going to do it some dudes are going to do it anyway. Some people's, because you got some women players out there. But some men are going to do it anyway. But I'm saying use this skill and it will help you in the relationship with that one woman that you're trying to bond with. And it's a simple word, adaptation. Adaptation or adapting, adapt. You know, all of them mean the same thing. Because one of the things a player will do, a player has to adapt. A player has to adapt. First of all, if you're just dealing with one woman, you have to adapt. Because when you're dealing with one woman, you're really dealing with about 3 or 4, probably several. Because the nature of a woman's emotions, especially her emotions affected by her hormones. Because if you look at just her primal cycle, her hormone cycle, like, you know what, you're going to get, you're going to, as she go through her cycle, she's going to get maybe a week or so where she don't want to be touched. She don't want to be touched or she don't want to be bothered. She just ain't feeling like it. And then the next week, oh yeah, she'll have like regular sex, which would be kind of cool. Then the week after that, oh, she trying to have a baby. She trying to have a baby. She ain't going, shoot, she grabbing you. Shoot, you coming home from work. She done pulled the mattress into the living room. She's sitting there butt naked with a bucket of ice ready to go to work. Shoot, you ain't even know. You like, how dare. She ripping her clothes off and she jumping up and down on you like she just got out of prison. Shoot. And then, you know, the next week, you know, she got that period and everything. She gonna be, And then right after the period, you know, you know, they ain't really ready to jump into it. So they gonna have different moods, and that's just them. You know, you ever be with a woman and, you know, talking with her and she laughing and everything, then the slightest thing and all of a sudden she's like all dour and everything. And of course, the way women are, you say to her, hey baby, what's wrong? She say, I'm fine. And you know she's not, because, you know, thing with women, they can say one word, they can say hi and it means 3 different things. But that's another conversation. But one of the things the player does when he's dealing, he just adapts. If she's at that point where she just wants to sit over there by herself, dude gonna just sit back and be like, damn, I can watch the game in peace. You know? or she want to just hang out and walk around. He's like, okay, let's do that. Or if she's at that horny stage, he's like, yeah, girl. Yeah, that girl, take it. It's yours, girl. She'd be like, whose is this? And he'd be like, yeah, girl, it's yours. It's yours. And then during the period, he know to keep a distance anyway. You know, he's like, shoot, she ain't there. He'd be like, baby, I'll do the dishes, okay? Because he know he's going to do that. And especially if he's dealing with multiple women. So you're already dealing with 4 in 1, right, with one woman. So 4, 5, 8 in 1 with one woman. And then if he's dealing with 5 women, shoot, that's what, 40? He dealing with different things. And then, you know, and especially some of the players who ain't going, unfortunately, a lot of players ain't going to be totally honest. So, you know, when she busts him in the lie, oh, shoot, he got to adapt. He got to adapt. Now, like I said, this ain't telling you to be a player. You don't need to be. You don't need, if you ain't built for it, you ain't built for it. But you can learn from the skill. You got to adapt when you're dealing with the women, because that's what really happens with a lot of guys. You thinking everything's going well, you doing a certain thing, and then something change up. You ain't ready. You're not adapting. or even before you get to that woman. Because if you having a regular conversation with a woman, if you having a regular conversation, it ain't gonna be like some straightforward ABC type of thing. That's why I would tell guys, you get some guys, they want to do stuff in a certain order. And really, it's very, very hard to do. Not impossible, but very hard. And then anything can come in. Okay, so what you gonna do? She throwing something in there, you know? You talking with her and everything, and then say you meet a woman, you talking with her, and she just say, oh yeah, well, yeah, I got this guy, he's trying to get at me. You gotta adapt, because you might have to keep the flow or find out or something. Or say you out with a woman, say like you get some players, they a side piece or something. So they out walking with the woman, and you know, her man come up, you gotta adapt. Or here was a funny one I saw on, I saw this joint on IG. You know, this dude had a side piece tearing up a woman, and her man came home. And this dude, shoot, he started flaming. He was like, hello. And yeah, I was like, that's some adaptation. It was jacked up. But as a good man, though, as a good man, you can do that. You can do the same thing. Because the thing is, that's the issue with women. Their moods go up and down. You got to flow with it. You got to be present and see what's happening. You know, you got to be present. You got to see what's happening. What's going on? Okay, what's she doing now? Okay, she gonna be that way? All right, yeah. And then that's part of the thing, and even clicking with them, because when just how the nature of how women communicate and how they talk, how they do things, like they can be just basically on that roller coaster, or they could switch up or want to talk about something. Can you deal with it? You know? Because like I remember one time, I was doing an event in DC, doing an event. I was talking with this young lady, and all of a sudden we were at this club. We were like at the upstairs floor, and we were just talking. It wasn't even romantic or anything. All of a sudden she heard some music going. She just switched up like that and said, oh, that's my beat. And you know, some guys will be like, well, wait a minute, I was laying down my rap and everything. Yeah, you were, but still, you got to deal with the change up. And really, if you really get good, you can have through your behavior, you can manage her change ups. But you got to adapt. You got to learn to it. It's just it. You know, everything. You got to be able to handle it. And it's just human nature. You know, like say you're a salesman. Say you're a salesman. If you're dealing with different people, you're going to have to adapt. You know, like some, you might have to talk them to death. Others, you might have to say, you know what, let me just sit back and listen. It's the same thing you're dealing with women. Sometimes there's going to be some instances, like a common thing is when a woman complains about something or got a problem, a real man wants to fix it. But sometimes you got to adapt to the situation. Okay, does she really want me to fix it? Or does she want me just to listen for a bit and then fix it, you know? See, then you can communicate. That's great in communication. Like when you're going back and forth, you might have to adapt. You don't know what's coming. Something might happen. You can't be in that situation where you're just communicating with her and you don't know how to switch up. Something could happen. She could get a text from a relative talking about something bad happened. Can you switch up? Or you just focus like I'm gonna get in her in bed. But that's an adaptation right there. What you gonna do? So every man should develop that period. And like I said, it ain't about being a player, but see, players have it, and that's part of the reason why they succeed. But you're a good man, you just want that one woman. All right? So learn that skill. And only way you're gonna learn is practice. There's no books to tell you, because you have to get out here and experience different women. And I'm going to talk about that in the next episode, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for now. Get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.